Welcome back to another ROADCAST. Traveling the country, one of my best pals.
On our way to Arizona, gonna get some Albert tacos in blind.
Trying to get a girl to bone ya.
Whoa, trying to get a girl to bone ya in Arizona.
In Arizona. Doesn't that sound like a country hit? Just
It
trying to
does.
get a girl to bone me.
In Arizona.
Yeah,
I'm feeling horny.
I'm feeling horny. Back
Bitch,
in
you don't know
Tennessee,
me.
where my mama raised me.
Tennessee, where my mama raised me, and if you can't see, then I'm gonna have to kick you again and again till you're dead.
I begged her to get down on her knees.
I don't like the misogynist direction that this ROADCAST began with.
Okay, me neither. You know what? Can we do a reset?
Yeah. Can we do that song, but it's a woman singing it?
Okay.
Girl, I'm on my way to Arizona to get fucked. It doesn't work the same way.
I'm gonna get turned out.
I'm gonna get my back broken tonight.
He's gonna turn me into a water spout. Back broke out.
I need 2 doses of scoliosis.
2 doses of scoliosis. You know the you've been loved good if
Yeah,
you got
and a
some
dozen
scoliosis.
roses.
I need a dozen roses from my scoliosis, from
And
my
a
back blown out.
From my back blown out.
Shout out to my boyfriend.
Yeah, because you know he's black. You know he's black. Giving me that long stroke.
Giving me that big sack.
Now, which race has the biggest sack?
Okay,
'Cause-
and then that's something that we haven't discovered yet,
Yeah,
and we haven't
'cause
talked about.
Everyone always, black guys, big dicks, right? But who has the biggest balls?
Well, okay, that's good. I'm glad that we're talking about this.
Yeah,
because
thank you.
it's one of those things, I think, where it doesn't matter as much to ladies how big the balls are, but maybe, here's a question. Sound off in the comment, ladies. Sound off in the comment. The one comment. Sound off in the comment thread that I've pinned at the top of this.
If you're still listening
If you're
after
still-
that
Oh, no,
sound.
they're listening. They love the country music on this. So, is it a problem if you have really tiny balls with a big penis? We're talking disproportionate.
Okay.
We're talking like dimes
I feel like the less balls, the better.
because they don't get in the way.
Yeah, they're an architectural nightmare. And then also, it's just, I don't think anybody likes balls. Like, you never really met a girl who's just like,
Who's into the balls?
his dick was okay, but God, his balls
His ball
were
game was
something.
crazy.
Oof. That
I
boy
don't know.
was eek a ball.
But maybe some girls like the.
That's true. That is nice. I have a theory though. I don't know if it's as much balls as it is butt to upper
That upper area.
whatever
The groin,
a
the
fupa
pelvic
would
area?
be for. I guess a fupa is still for a man. Fat upper penis area.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's more of that. Because if it's the ball slamming, to me that sounds painful. I don't like it.
You know what I think it would be a good meth syndicate shirt? Would be instead of the Puma logo, it just says FUPA. I don't know.
Well, it should be the Puma with like a little bit of like a chub underneath.
Oh,
same logo.
yeah.
You heard it here first.
Yeah.
We want 10%, and I want half of that.
I sometimes will just think of meth syndicate shirts because since I'm not in the t-shirt business, I'm like,
Yeah.
I think that this would be a fun t-shirt
I mean,
or
hey,
whatever.
while we're at it, let's do Tesla, but it's testes.
Testes? I mean, that could work.
But it's in the Tesla font.
Right, testes.
Yeah.
Yeah, people might like that. I don't know.
You got any other quick spitball ideas? And it's hard,
I mean, just with brands like
just
that.
yeah, like just parody shirts for Mets.
Parody
Syndicate.
shirts. Yeah.
It is tough on the spot. I
like the TV shows that they do and the different movies, the mashups and stuff like that.
Yeah, I like when it's like a photo of Guy Fieri and it says Smash Mouth.
That's Meth Syndicate. Love it. We get it. That
'Cause
was that was a Nissan that just drove by.
These guys.
Come on.
I don't know. Whatever. I'm not a car. I do love cars, but at this point in my life, I just want one that starts when I turn the key and can get me to Arizona.
Sure, A to B, man. A to B.
That's my most important. If I could choose, I'd want like a Lincoln Continental slammed with the fucking airbags and like.
Lincoln Continental. Is
Yeah.
that like the limo?
No, it's like a lowrider. Like if you get like a 1960s one, I believe it is.
I'm
They're-
thinking about the town car.
Oh yeah. No, I want a lowrider limousine.
Really?
No,
Oh.
too much car.
I was like, that's kind of Mexican of you.
I mean,
want
yeah,
a
no, I do want a
lowrider
lowrider,
limousine.
not a limo. That at that point, it's a family business, and I'm not trying to take the reins, man.
Yeah, dude.
There was a guy when I used to work at a place.
There was a guy.
He was a skater guy. No, and I think their family owned a limo. Like that was the family business. It was parked outside their house. And one day I was driving by and it seemed like their son or something. It was way too early for this too, but he had a bottle of Patron and a joint, and he was like filming a video through the sunroof of this limo that was clearly parked in front of his parents' house. You know,
Yeah.
like trying to make a movie thing, like he was in a limousine, like partying.
Sure.
But I saw the behind the scenes.
You saw the behind the scenes.
So if anybody saw that video, he was fronting. It wasn't.
That wasn't really.
He was fronting.
He was fronting.
I should have yelled. 10 points taken off for fronting.
Fronting.
You
I
don't-
swear.
You don't want to front, you know? Although a lot of people do be fronting on Instagram. Instagram is, I would say, 70%
A
fronting.
lot of front. A
Yeah.
lot of front.
30% of it is, you can find the real stuff in there, but it's a lot of front. It's like the opposite of a mullet. It has nothing on in the back, just all in the front. And it's all business, baby.
Speaking of fronts. What's this guy doing? Oh, come on, bro.
You
What are
guys gonna watch us
freaking
get
doing?
fucking flipped over by a semi.
I mean, yeah, there's this. Okay. Just trying to prop that up underneath the, to give that a little bit of that shake. That'll help it.
Oops. Sorry, it turned a little bit.
That's all good. They get it that we're doing this roadcast on the road there.
That's right.
Dude, I wore my,
What the
it's,
fuck
it's
happened?
covering the back
Oh.
eyepiece. It's like a weird feature.
Gotcha. Cool.
Good grief.
Sorry.
No, it's all right. I wore this beanie for you, Joel, because this is a one-of-a-kind exclusive beanie that it was like a merch idea that never went into production.
Okay.
It's my cat bagla.
So you
beanie.
wore it for me just to sort of tease me that I'll never have one because there's only one in the world?
No, I wore it for you because, you know, we did like Kill Tony for years together, and you would
We
see
did do that.
and we would be cat burglars on
Yes,
the show together.
yes, uh-huh.
And so I wore it for you.
That's cool. So if we were cat burglars again and say we needed wardrobe,
Yeah.
only you would have the one with the cat burglar
Well,
print
cat
on
burglar wouldn't wear his own. This wouldn't appear on stage ever, so I would never wear
it. I
this
guess
on like
yeah,
a
wearing
Jeremiah
your own
Wonders
merch
or-
as a robber.
as a robber.
Like,
Like Banksy is like wearing a sign that says Banksy when
Yeah.
he's spray painting
it's
stuff.
his actual face on it that
Yeah.
says I'm Banksy.
Yeah.
But then again, if the cat burglar wore cat burglar merch, I feel like it would throw them off a little bit.
Probably.
They'd be like, "What? No one's that dumb."
What
And the hair's not even the same.
What do you mean?
Oh my god, I think it's him.
It must be the cat bagla.
That is pretty cool. I like a lot of the one-off merch that you guys. A lot of the test prints. They
Yes.
end up being pretty cool, but they're not shit that the general public would wear.
Yeah, it's like too deep of cuts kind
Yeah.
of thing. Like the blankets that we made, gave one to your mom.
She
I
loves
kept
it.
one. That it had one of the blankets. That I don't think we sold it only for like a little bit. It's instead of the Marvel universe, that classic Marvel universe with Iron Man and Spider-Man and all of like Black Panther and all those like laid out, Hulk, everybody, Miss Marvel, all that, all in the Marvel font. I had an artist, shout out to Alec, who he hand drew a bunch of my characters, and it's just Watkins underneath, and I have a
Sick.
blanket of that on my bed.
Hell yeah.
I love it. That's like one
I
of my
bet-
favorite pieces of.
I bet your
of-
wife loves that.
She makes me flip it over all the time. She's like the other side is just a white furry side, and she goes, "Please, will you just?" I'm like, "Yes." She says, "Sorry, I know that you don't want to look at all these like weird characters.
Yeah.
Like it's like Jack the Ripper and like Feminist Stacy and Shanks.
And it's also you.
It's me on all of them.
She's looking down. She looks at you. She looks back down. She looks at you. She goes, "You're the guy on the blanket."
Yeah.
And that's how you get ladies. You put your face on a blanket. You put that blanket in bed.
Yeah.
They realize you're the blanket guy, and then now you're fucking in too deep.
'Cause I'm in too deep and I'm trying to keep above in my head instead of going under.
Hell yeah, dude. You know what I'm really late to the party on, but I started watching recently is Breaking Bad. Have you ever seen that?
Are you serious? Are you
Yeah.
being serious right now?
No, I'm being serious.
What season are you on?
Season 2, episode 3, I believe. Maybe 4.
Bro, I'm literally... Maya and I just got into it.
Uh-huh.
We're in season 3 right now. So, like, I'm so excited that I have a friend who's also experiencing Breaking Bad.
The first time ever.
I'm so happy that... Oh, dude.
You're season 3?
Mm-hmm.
Damn, I got to hurry up. I've been
so we can
crushing them, dude.
So we can start talking about the episodes and stuff like that.
You know, the first time I watched it, it was almost like too emotional for me. Like, I don't deal well with, like, cancer stuff. So the fact that
me neither.
Hey, I mean, you deal with it pretty well. You're still alive.
Actually, I dealt with it pretty well.
Yeah. If this message was coming from beyond the grave, I'd be like, yeah, you really don't.
Yeah.
God. Anyway, this is where I do the sign of the cross. That's another interesting thing. I'm not super religious anymore, but God, if Catholicism was not just beat into my mind where I still drop the sign of the cross every now and then.
So you said you don't deal with stuff like cancer very well.
Yes.
Did you have a family member or something that passed
yes,
away?
I did. Yeah, I had my mom had breast cancer.
Mm-hmm.
She got through it. It was definitely like one of the toughest sort of like moments in our life. And I'm just a hypochondriac too. I'm always scared about it. And but I started watching that first episode, and as soon as I knew he had cancer and all that, I was like, I don't know if I can like handle this the whole show. But I just sort of stuck through it. I was like, let me stick through it. One of the security guards at the store was talking about it, and I was like, God, that sounds good. And then my friend Ryan he watched it a second time and was sort of telling me what he sort of learned the second time around watching it. I was like, oh, that's fucking cool. Like, I want to get into this. So...
Well, Ryan's he's like an actor, so he, I'm sure he was looking out for
Oh,
certain
no, this
things
was Ryan from the Improv. Ryan Clark,
gotcha.
my bass player in Not Peaceful.
Gotcha.
Check us out. But I bet Ryan has also watched it and would probably also, yeah, you're right, would say the same thing. He likes a lot of good movies, like those like heavy like actor fucking movies, good ones.
Yeah. I was kind of thinking about that when I was watching the first few episodes specifically and the first season with my wife. I was like, man, this has got to be weird for her because she has to relate to the Skylar character on the smaller scale
for sure
of things.
And I would say even as you being a comic in a way, like let's say comic is you running a meth business, it's like you are, gone a lot or whatever. Maybe you come back home, you're in a mood from whatever happened, and being the wife of somebody whose job is to go out constantly and do these things. It's interesting. It is.
She's caught me with a second cell phone.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, a gun. No, I don't even know if that's happened. Don't ruin that. But it is. It's good. And then I'm also realizing like it's a stressful fucking show.
It's very stressful. My heart is racing at the end of certain episodes for sure. For sure.
Yeah, dude. When I don't know, spoiler alert, when Tuco and
dude.
I was like
so stressful.
He left I know we're super late on this. I think it's funny watching it now years later. There are certain things with the writing that in my head I'm like, that's a little like overall it's like a 10 out of 10, but I think they use the word yo a lot in it, and it's like kind of like wedged in there sometimes where it shouldn't be.
I think that they're just trying to drive home with a character like Jesse Pinkman that like there's real people out there like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I think he's trying. I think they shoved the yo in there because Jesse is trying to overcompensate.
Yeah.
As a dealer.
So he's even shoving it into his life.
I think
yeah.
so.
Yeah, that's how I justify it. Where I'm like, this is okay.
I'm making justifications.
No, I think you're right. I think he's such a like loser that he's almost like him and then the other like white characters that I've
been working on my Jesse.
Okay,
I know
cool.
It's so outdated, but
no, but I think it's such a. This is why I'm watching it now.
Show.
Yeah, is because it's one of those shows that like I finally did Sopranos. I mean I did Game of Thrones in real time, but like I think it's so iconic that I think it's gonna be good forever. And now with the Better Call Saul and that,
yeah, everybody's like, once you're done with Breaking Bad, you got to go through and watch Better Call Saul.
Yeah. But it's so good. I mean, dude, Bryan Cranston is like phenomenal.
Next level.
Dude, yeah. It's crazy. Yeah, it's it's so good. I've been really enjoying it. I scroll a lot on my phone and I get fucking headaches and I'm like, I need to get off my phone. So to like get into the show, watch it for an hour has been really nice to clean my brain and
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
so you're
awesome.
season 3, what episode?
Towards the end of season 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. It's been cool, man. And then lately I've just been gearing up for this 1-hour special release, dude.
Oh, dude. Yeah, that's cool. It looks great from the clips I've seen.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm excited, very excited to get it out there. And what's kind of cool, I mean, is you have seen a lot of the material develop on this special specifically.
Yeah, for sure.
So it'll be cool to get your feedback on
how much ratio-wise in the special would you say was impromptu in the moment, and how much of it was?
Sure. That's what I'm excited to release the special. I think there's way more material in this special than my last special.
Yeah.
Even though, so I want to say that the last special I probably did out of an hour. My last special was probably about 40 minutes of material and 20 of crowd work, like in riffing and stuff like that. This one, this is a 57-minute special, and I want to say that 45 of it is material.
Hell yeah, that's
material.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll even say, like, watching you do material, it might not even be the same on the same night. Like, you'll do jokes.
Yeah.
It's the way you're weaving in them. Maybe like the way you're looking after a thing, or you're directing it at a person, or there's still a lot of fluidity.
Yeah, I try to give, even if people if they come to see a couple shows in a weekend and I'm still working on the same material, it still feels a little bit differently because it's following different stuff, or it might be following a moment that I interacted with somebody and we tried to weave it into what we were just talking about with them or whatever. But yeah, dude,
it's cool, man. It's been really fun to watch you work it out. And like,
dude, we didn't talk about because we did a roadcast on the way to that gig. We didn't talk about New Year's Eve, in Sunnyvale.
Yeah.
We should talk a little bit about that.
Cool. You lead and I'll fucking jump right in.
So it was raining outside, so their normal green room was shut down.
Because their green room's outside.
Their green room is
very
outside.
Nice, it seemed like, but not that day.
They had couches out there, and it seemed like a nice open air kind of green room. Kind of unique to that club because there's most green rooms obviously aren't outside. So we get there. It's pouring rain. It was a horrible storm on the way there.
We saw a guy like waist deep in water.
Oh, dude, it was scary, like, to the point, like, when we got done roadcasting, I told Joe, I was like, this is a good call that we, we weren't roadcasting, like, too much.
No, it got gnarly. There was flood warnings. They closed down certain freeways.
Yeah. But it was a weird thing. I think that we covered a little bit, like, the power outage and stuff that happened. But it was just more like that was quite the ordeal.
Did we talk about? I don't think we talked about the power outage.
We didn't?
Well, because I think we only podcasted on the. Did we podcast on the way back?
I think we got podcast on the way back because we couldn't podcast on the way there because
I thought we
of the
just
rain.
had found a time to do it.
Or
I don't
did we
remember.
Do it early? Oh, I don't. Yeah, I don't.
I think we
recall.
did it maybe early and we finished before.
So okay, so maybe we didn't talk about the power outage.
No. So first show goes great.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting people out. We have another one at I think 10:30, and the power goes out completely in the club.
On the entire block.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess a fuse caught on fire or something in the box, and we're like,
They had to shut it down.
yeah, we're like. I start thinking, what are we doing this by candlelight? We're gonna have like a phone up.
Well, and I
like,
looked at the owner. She's like, "Oh, we're doing a show."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Okay."
I mean, I would have done it. Sometimes those things are great because people pull together. They realize we're up against it.
I've had to do some shows, not the full headlining set without a mic, but long portions of the set where I'm just projecting to the crowd.
But yeah, and then we were supposed to do a toast at midnight, and then that all got fucked up, so we had to do it up top or something. And
Yeah.
then I forget. And then Jeremiah fucked a balloon on the ground at midnight.
Your boy.
Sometimes you gotta do it.
Sometimes you got to go for it.
Sometimes you gotta fuck a giant 23 silver balloon.
And this year, it's only been up from there.
It really has not been. No, yeah, it has. It's been. No, life's been good, man. I don't know if there's anything more you want to say about.
No, not too much. It
The
was.
food was really good. The staff was great.
We ate at a weird pizza place.
Yeah, but then they had pizza too, and then they had fucking hot dogs and popcorn, which I fuck with. Oh, by the way, are you a hot dog guy?
I like hot dogs. So
Because we never really had hot dogs together, I don't think. And I'm like, I love them. And
I had a Chicago dog when I went to Portillo's. I had to get one of those.
Cool.
That's
Yeah.
one of our spots. Is that Mr. Andrew Santino introduced us
That's
to.
right.
Yeah. And then I had a beef sandwich when I was in Chicago.
Man,
That was really, really
those
good.
are the best. I'll fucking do a beef sandwich, a chili cheese dog, and a Chicago dog.
Yeah, I got the chocolate cake shake, but I split it between me and a couple friends because it was deadly.
I went last time and they were out of
Oh,
the cake shake, and I was pissed, but it was probably better for me.
the best.
Yeah. It's never a good idea, but it is. It is really fun. All right, so we're going to eat right now. Jeremiah, it's a surprise. I don't know where we're going.
big surprise. I think Joel's gonna like it.
And he said, I want you filming yourself for this reaction.
Yep.
So
it's gonna be hilarious if it's a huge letdown because I'll get to look at the video while I'm not driving and see the hope go out of Joel's eyes.
like,
Oh,
I don't even.
yeah, no.
Oh, this is great.
That's awesome, dude. That you made a big deal.
Medieval times. What the hell?
Wait, huh? What?
Oh my God.
Coming up fairly soon here. Did I make a wrong turn? That's kind of hilarious if I did. I might have. Definitely made a wrong turn.
Canton Dragon Asian Grill and Bar.
Yep.
Wow. Taco Bell.
What's going on? What the frick? It definitely took a wrong turn.
Wow, this is just really ramping up the excitement.
Okay, we're going to Home Depot. Big blue balls.
That's a
There we
fuck.
go.
I have like a dad joke disease, I think, because when you said we're going to Home Depot, my first thought was, I would love to go there, and a voice in my head says, "Don't say that," but then I just did it anyway.
Oh.
It's too bad. I don't think I want kids. I think I'd be dad joke of the year award winner.
This is so weird. Pass. What's it saying? Maybe I just need to take this left inside of here.
Oh my God.
It's gotta be.
Jimmy
Yeah.
John's.
Yeah. Nope. Wow. Thought I had it timed perfect. Nope.
It's fine. It's only been 2 minutes since I pressed record. Not that bad.
I get it. It's eating up the storage on your phone, Joel.
I'm just scared it's gonna go no more space right when I react.
Yeah. Let's see, I think I see it over there.
What is happening? Oh, shut up. Wait, I think I know what's happening here. I'm not sure yet. Oh, heck. Is this what I... Wait. I don't want to react too early. Yes!
Yeah, baby.
Oh, yeah, dude. Totally worth it. I didn't even know they had these out here.
Exactly. I found out and I freaked out.
Wow, Portillo's, baby!
Portillo's, let's go!
Oh, man. Yeah, I'm pretty fucking excited. That was worth it.
Oh, Santino, what have you done to me?
Oh. Jeremiah taking me out.
Happy birthday, brother.
Oh, my God.
I know.
Oh, yeah, what I was going to say is, like, you know, shit's hard. Life's hard for everyone. But I think that the last few months I've been feeling pretty good. And I've been like, oh, like, life's good right now, you know?
Well,
like,
you said that, you know, if we can talk about this.
Bring it up, dude.
Well, you said that you haven't been drinking and things,
No,
just kind of organically good things have been happening.
Yeah, no, I quit drinking 6 months ago. And it's probably the best thing I've ever done. I mean, like, it is really weird how good things start happening when you cut certain things out of your life. Like, I'm not saying it's bad. It just wasn't for me, I don't think.
Some people it works for it, but some people it's negative for. My family,
Yeah.
it's a negative. for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, I think most people. I think it's a pretty. I don't really know. I don't know the statistics, but yeah, things have been really great, man. And even if it's just sort of changed my outlook on things, because I was getting depressed a lot, and you know, alcohol's a depressant, and I'm already depressed as it is, so it just wasn't helping. And I think now when I'm depressed, I'm at least not also hungover and at like a -10. You know, I'm at least at a 0, so I can kind of deal with the day. But yeah, it's been good. And now I feel like I'm past the hump of, like, for a while it was pretty awkward around people on stage. It was like tough to feel like myself again because I was so used to, like, numbing it out and being like the party animal or whatever. I've been trying to figure out a joke. I mean, I guess it's just as easy as saying, like, I used to think I was an extrovert, and then I realized I was just fucked up all the time. Like, I was just drunk all the time. Now I'm, like, pretty quiet, pretty reserved. Before I was, like, just, dude, like, just hammered.
Yeah. I mean, it happens, dude. It happens
Yeah.
when you start getting comfortable, like, in certain habits. Then that just becomes routine.
Yeah, it made stand-up really tough. Like, the first, I want to say...
It's got to be way easier as far as, like, feeling more present and dialed in now, right?
Yeah, it was tough for about 3 months. I was really questioning what my life was about and going like, well, if I can't do stand-up sober, should I be doing stand-up at all? And but you just trust it, and you know that there are people who have gone through it, and you just trust that once you get past that awkward phase, like, you will be okay. And then, you know, you taking me to I think La Jolla was a real turnaround weekend for me. That was the first sort of 20-minute sets I was doing consistently without alcohol. And I learned a lot that weekend. And then Chappelle brought me to Phoenix to do, I think we did 6 shows or 5 shows, and that was another one. And then getting those under my belt, I was like, okay, I know what to expect. I know what the time feels like. I know how to, like, yeah, because there were just times I didn't feel like I was connecting, man. I was like, it was like stand up with a condom on, kind of like over my...
You feel like a little bit of a delay?
Over
like,
my brain, yeah. I mean, I was there, but I wasn't really there. I'd get off and felt like I hadn't really shaken hands with them. And
when was the last time you skated? Was it?
Yeah.
Man, that bums me out a little bit, to be honest.
I mean, I'm not against it. I just
Yeah.
got to be more careful. I mean, like, yesterday somebody asked me, like, do you skate? And I was like, of course, because it's just, like, so in me. But,
Yeah.
yeah, I would skate again. I'm not afraid. I've never been, like, I know why I got hurt that day. I got hurt because I wanted to get a clip. I was newly single. I wanted to get a clip to put online.
On a couple roadcasts ago, Joel,
I thought I broke my fucking ankle.
I thought you did too.
Yeah, it hurt and it felt different, and I was out for about 2 months. I was out from jiu-jitsu for about 2 months.
Yeah, that sucks.
I couldn't walk for about 2 to 4 weeks without the crutches. It sucked. We went to La Jolla. If you don't know the story, we were skateboarding. There was a spine transfer, and me being a dumb, fucking ego-driven comedian who was trying to get likes on Instagram, I was like, I'm gonna get this clip. Because what girl would not lose her mind for a 35-year-old doing a spine transfer?
It's a panty dropper. We all know it. We all appreciate it.
Yeah, early grab spine transfer. But I just went. I was like, I bailed the first one, and I was like, fuck it, I'm committing. And I rolled my ankle really bad, and it was just sprained. But I don't know, something about, I can't describe it, but when I fell, it felt a little bit different. So maybe I've just never rolled my ankle like that, but everyone always says that when you break it, like you'll know because it just felt a certain way. And I was like, was that it? Was that what I just felt?
Yeah.
And yeah, it really sucked. But also, dude, I also, tell me if I'm being too long-winded, but I guess that's what these podcasts are for. I think I also just learned a lot about being able to handle things like that on the road, man, because I'm a real nervous guy, and I want everything to sort of be perfect on the road, and that was one instance where it wasn't, and I was okay.
Well, I'm sure in your top 5 things of having to do shows when you don't, I mean, we've referenced it so many times.
Yeah.
But that, when we were at the hospital for a while that day, and I was like starting to look at the time and count down time of how much time we had before needing to get to the club and all that.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I think we have enough time to get
I think
food,
it was 3 o'clock when we went, and
yeah.
I think we got out of there around 5:30.
Mm-hmm. And then we did the shows, and the shows ended up going great. The other time, the sickest was Manchester, when we did Kill Tony for Manchester, when we all were just so violently ill. Still did the show.
Dude. But so now with things like...
it feels like, dude, if you have a little cold or something, it feels like nothing now.
Yeah. Yeah, my throat's a little funky. I don't know if it's from jiu-jitsu or if I'm getting a sinus infection, but I was like... I started panicking, and then I'm like, you know what? I have Phoenix is a city. They got shit. Like, worst case scenario, I figure it out. What else am I going to do? Sit at home and be sad that I missed an opportunity? It's like, that to me is way worse on the brain than just, this actually helps me, like, be more in the moment and forget about whatever is going on. And, it powered me up to be like, it's okay if you're not leaving home at 100%. Like, you can still make it happen. It's going to be okay.
Yeah, you got to make... there's a lot of times during the week where I will stay out a little bit too late or stay up a little bit too late working on something, and then I have to wake up, and I'm like, maybe I can nap during the day a little bit, and then there's not enough time, and I really got to focus and run through because I'm like, whew. I had a nap for an hour last night so I could get back up to do some editing and also see Maya for like an hour. We watched an episode of Breaking Bad before I had to pack and get stuff because I wasn't planning.
I was doing the same thing.
This was a last-minute trip. So basically what happens every once in a while is a headliner will back out at a club, and they have to scramble to replace that headliner. And my agent called me, and he's like, hey, can you do this weekend? And originally it was Friday through Sunday. I was like, I can't do that Sunday. It's just too much. It ruins my week. Like,
yeah.
And he goes, what about Thursday through Saturday? And I said, I can do that. And so I hit up Joel. I was like, bro, can you make this trip happen? Super last minute. And he was able to, and I was thrilled because I did not want to go. You don't want to go alone if you don't have to.
Yeah. I also like the fact that we've shared so many rooms that's familiar too. So it's like you're not like sleeping next to some psycho who you don't know, or
you're all tense or got your guard up or whatever.
Yeah, or whatever. Sometimes it's just weird, even to the nicest people.
By the way, I think when you showed Steve on Scissor Bros your penis, it changed him.
Wow.
I think he has amped up his bi-ness since then.
Okay.
Because he's been sending me gay gifts lately of literally like dudes like having sex in the butt.
Okay. How do I get it into this text chain, by the way? I'm sorry to cut you off. I was looking at my phone because I saw a billboard for a place that has Dole Whip somewhere off of this freeway. You ever had one of those?
No, what is it?
So usually you can only get it at Disneyland, but Dole, the pineapple company, they make a whip, like a Dole Whip. It's like a frozen pineapple whipped ice cream thing, and it's fucking delicious.
Should we stop?
I mean, I would love that. I wish this Palm Desert, it says 2.2 miles away, La Pertz. There's a couple. They open in 30 minutes. Let's see if it's like 30 minutes away and it's on the way, I would love that.
Okay.
Shout out in the comments if you've ever had a Dole Whip.
Have you ever had Dole Whip? So, some of the best pineapple I ever had, and I don't know if it was just because I was in Hawaii. It's the only time I've been to Hawaii, but I had some pineapple that I ate so much pineapple while I was in Hawaii that the acidity made my cheeks like so rough on the inside.
Whoa.
From eating so much of the pineapple, and like whereas like that kind of itchy like scratchy feeling on the inside of your mouth because so much acid from the fruit.
Yeah.
Like I just kept scooping and eating. It was so good.
Yeah, there's one that's like 6 minutes away, and then there's another one, but they don't open till 11.
Oh, they're not open.
We'll just drive. There might be one. There is one that's 30 minutes away.
On the way back, actually, we might hit it perfectly. Because if we're heading back early and then this distance on the way back.
I'm trying to see if that 30-minute one is like on our way.
Seems like you've been playing a lot more drums lately.
I have been. Yeah, it's been a trip, man. Mad Peaceful. We just played a pretty fun show with a bunch of great bands, and
Rick Kosick said he saw you and it sounded really good.
Yeah, he's been out to one. I mean, it's wild. It's like I forget how long I've been playing drums and how
good you are?
I guess so. Not how good I am, but
I know you're not going to say it, but you're a very good drummer.
Or how capable I am of doing what I do. Like I not until recently did I watch a video and go like, oh yeah, like I've been doing this a very long time.
Yeah.
Especially the style we do.
Dude, you're so good at punk drumming.
I've been playing since I was 14 years old. I'm 36 now, so like.
Isn't that kind of crazy to think?
It is crazy. It's probably the longest thing I've ever done without quitting and then stand up right behind it. But yeah, it's a trip to think about, man.
I did this show the other night in Hollywood where Jesse and I were both on the lineup.
Oh, I saw that with the jazz band?
Yeah.
Yeah, Gold Diggers, right?
Yeah, Gold Diggers.
How was it?
It was super fun, man. We did sets, and then I told Jesse I'd go because I was opening the show. After the band, so the band opened the show, playing for 10 or 15 minutes of jazz and different music.
Yeah.
And then I went on. They brought me up right after that. So I was like, okay, well, what would be cool is if I do my set, Jesse, then I bring you up, and then we allot time from our sets to just riff and play our instruments together.
Yeah.
So I said maybe you mentioned something like we planned something out where basically she said something like, man, I wish there was a trumpet here or something. I just walked on stage and handed her the trumpet. And then she called me back on. She goes, oh, man, this is really missing the little saxophone. And I just walked on playing.
You just had your saxophone with you?
We knew ahead of time that there was going to be a band there. And we called each other. We're like, should we bring our instruments?
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, you should bring your sax. I was like, okay. So then we jammed for a little bit on stage, and it was really nice. It was the first time I had played my sax in front of a live audience in a minute. Because I don't. It's interesting. I get it all the time when I'm on the road. Somebody in Chicago was literally like when I was headlining shows out there. They're like, "Where's your saxophone, dude?"
Yeah.
I was like, "I don't use it for my stand-up, brother."
Did you bring your sax in your bag with all the other shit you have to travel with? Anyway.
Yeah,
I get that, but it's always about the purple dildo.
Well, it's an iconic thing.
A different kind of blowing going on there.
Yeah.
But that's funny. And can I just say this? I love you all for caring about it, but sometimes I'll just be like, I don't just walk around with it. People are like, where's the purple dildo? I'm like, I'm at work. I'm at dinner with my mom or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
I'm a human being.
I'm not just a purple dildo.
Like
I'm
I
more
said,
than that.
yeah, I'm pretty boring
Could
now.
somebody make some purple dildo art where it's just Joel's face on the purple dildo?
Okay, sure. Yeah. Can someone make one where I'm having what would be like a funny fucking I don't know, just me doing stuff with the purple dildo on, maybe on a roller coaster, maybe at
Like it's like it's like a montage. Like
Yeah.
it's a you're my best friend.
yeah, exactly, yeah. Me there, me
Ooh,
eating
you
at
make
Olive
me
Garden with a
live
dildo
life
on.
honest.
Me
Oh,
right now on the
you're my best
ROADCast, purple
friend.
dildo.
Yeah,
Put Jeremiah's
it's
face
driving,
on it.
The purple dildo's driving. Yeah.
Or it's a stick shift, but you're shifting. Anyway, wow, Fantasy Springs. Let me tell you.
For only Ryan J. Ebel.
That's right. Yeah, I'm sure he really wants
He
that.
came to a stand-up on the spot recently. It was really nice to see him and
Cool.
hang with him. And then we also went to your birthday dinner.
Yeah, he visits me at work every now and then to come hang out.
Dude, that place is called Little Tony's,
Little
right?
Tony's in North Hollywood. Big
Oh.
fan.
Okay. The calzone there was one of the best calzones I've had in my entire life.
Hell yeah.
To the point where I chased it when I was on the road. I was chasing that sensation and that
Yeah.
taste and flavor.
Yeah.
In Florida, I had to stop eating. I literally was biting into this, and I was choking on the cheese. It was just.
I had 80 calzones before I found out that.
The proportions were all off, dude. That was something special at that Little Tony's.
We got to go back. I would like to get
the vibe there too.
I do too. Yeah, it's a nice place. Their pizza's really good. The calzones are good. Yeah, I like that place a lot. If you've never been there, check them out. Damn, now I'm fucking hungry for bullshit. Now I want junk food.
Well, we're headed to our burrito spot.
That's right.
I'm very excited about that.
How far are we from there?
Hour 25.
Okay, man. So I always kind of forget how long this drive is. I thought it was 5 hours, but I guess it's closer to 7, right?
Oh yeah, it's the 5-hour drive was more when we went to the Bay for that Rooster
That's
Tea
right.
Feathers gig. But
Great.
yeah, this
Am I
is
getting fucking hiccups right now on a podcast? That's great.
Joel, it's okay, man. If you gotta.
It's not okay, man. I'm freaking out right now.
When was the last time you had a panic attack?
Oh, last night.
No.
Yeah.
What was it? What was
so I don't sleep well, and I gotta stop this. I gotta figure out a better way to sleep. But I've been doing like edibles to go to bed. But last night I just kind of ate too much, I think, and since I'm having these throat issues, I started like freaking out about it. You just start going deep. What is it? You go from everything's okay to what if I'm dying? What if it's and then I was like, when you make these commitments, it's like you gotta go. I'm not gonna like call you in the morning and be like, I can't make it.
Right.
And I woke up. I tried to go to bed around 10. Woke up around midnight or 2 and just was like in a full blown. I don't know if the edibles hit me late or I was panicky. I had a lot of caffeine yesterday. And I was just sweating, man. And then finally got to bed, and I woke up this morning feeling a lot better. But, yeah, it's a weird thing because your rational brain doesn't even matter. Like, you can be rational somewhere deep in your mind and be like, you're tripping, it's going to be great. But then that big P, big panic will come out and be like, no, you're not okay. What if this? What if that? And you start just going deep. And I can handle them a little better if I'm not on the edibles. But last night they kind of gripped me.
They got you in their grasp.
Yeah, and I need to just not do it. I need to find a more healthy way to sleep. But I've tried a lot of stuff, and a lot of it doesn't work for me. I've tried exercising, all of that. I gotta sneeze.
So get this. This happened to my mom recently, Joel, which is kind of crazy.
Okay.
I was frustrated, first of all, that she didn't tell me that she ended up going to the hospital over this. But she went to the hospital in the middle of the night. She thought she was having a heart attack.
Jesus.
She's never been prone to panic attacks in her life.
Oh, yeah.
And she woke up in the middle of the night to a panic attack.
Yeah.
And the doctors said what they think happened was she had a gnarly dream.
Yeah.
And it set off a full-blown
Oh,
panic
I've been
attack.
there, dude. Yeah.
So she's never had a panic attack before.
You know, the number one thing is heart attack. If you've never had one, that's the number one thing people come in thinking it is.
She thought she was having a heart attack. She couldn't breathe. She couldn't the whole
Jeez.
thing.
Ugh.
And then she goes to the doctor. She goes, "Why would I wake up to a panic attack?" He goes, "Sometimes it happens if you have a traumatic dream
Yeah.
that really sets something off for you, then you end up having
Yeah, dude.
that." So she went to the hospital, full thing, and she really thought that she was having a heart attack.
I've been there
Yeah.
more often than I'd like to. I had one of those recently. I had a dream that I was gonna do stand up on Kimmel, and Barris was like, "Yeah, you could ride with me. We leave at like 11," and like everything at home was going wrong. Where like I was gonna be late, I was gonna miss it, and then like I woke up in the middle of that, and I was like in a mental state of like still feeling like I was gonna miss it,
Yeah.
to the point where I wanted to go back to sleep to see if I was still gonna make it on time. I was like still in that weird like dream state.
Sure.
But damn, that sucks. That sucks. It's the worst because it just starts, especially in my case. Even when I'm okay, you start panicking about panicking, and then it's just this like
Cyclical thing.
It sucks, man. But
Dude, I had this crazy dream last night where
what was I wearing?
it wasn't a bad dream. It was more of just like a unique dream. It wasn't actually bad at all. It was just the details were so weird.
Damn.
So in this universe, Barack Obama was Barry Allen from The Flash.
Okay.
So like Barack, like Barry Obama.
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
like this weird crossover
Okay.
thing where he was the Flash, but he was also the president for a time.
Okay.
And my brother and I were playing him in ping pong. But also we had just taken photos with him and stuff like that. And he was having to separate my brother and I because like he and I were like yelling at each other because
Okay.
we're super competitive.
Yeah.
And I kind of like looked at Barack Obama like, listen, like you can try to separate us, but like this is what we do. Like
Yeah.
we're competitive. Like it's fine.
And you're
but
talking
we're
about the
good.
Flash, the DC.
Yeah,
character.
the superhero.
Okay.
So Barry Obama was the Flash in this universe.
Okay.
And he was president. It was very weird. I don't know.
It's like some The Boys type shit.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that was my dream last night.
Oh, okay, cool.
That was it. That
I
was the
thought you were
extent
gonna
of it.
like. I thought you were like, it sent you into a panic or
No,
something.
no. It's just a bizarre dream. I have some very, very vivid,
You're
weird
just
dreams.
yelling at the president that, yo, man, you don't get it, dude. This is how we communicate, man. We're brothers,
Yeah.
dude.
Yo,
Yo.
that's my brother,
Yo.
bitch. Come on, Mr. White.
Yeah, bitch is really thrown out a lot.
Oh, dude, sometimes when he uses it, I'm like, ooh.
It's intense.
It's
yeah.
intense sometimes.
What a team, though. Now I look back at all the times I remember seeing them at awards shows, but didn't get it because I didn't watch the show at the time, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is why.
Oh, amazing. Did you see that pop chip ad that they did on the Super Bowl?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, it was with them and Tuco in the ad. They're blue chips.
Oh shit.
And he eats one of the blue chips, and Tuco starts going, tight. It was great. It was, I mean, you know.
Damn, dude.
It was, like they reshot it like very similar to the original.
It's wild. I also growing up I knew a lot of tweakers, and it is a trip. So a lot of the accuracy with like how they are and how quickly they fly off the handle and weird mood swings and shit like that.
Yeah.
I've been trying to write a joke about all the characters that I like kind of ran into that were on that stuff.
What was like a tweaker that you knew? It was back in high school that would you hang with them or just kind of know
I
them?
would kind of hang with them because like the place that they would do it, I could just like smoke weed there or whatever,
Right.
like freely. You wouldn't have
Oh
to
yeah,
worry,
you're like if anybody's getting arrested, it's those guys
yeah,
right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or also like, you know, what are they gonna call my parents? You know, tell them I'm smoking weed there.
Gotcha.
Like I'm good.
Like these are cool.
Yeah.
Cool tweakers.
Oh my God, I don't know if I should say these names. Well, I'll just say the archetypes, right?
Yeah, say the archetypes.
The first one that I think of is there was this like thuggy Asian guy
Okay.
who wore these bomber jackets. You know, I'm pretty sure he'd say the N-word. Just very like if you closed your eyes, you would think he was like a black dude from like Staten Island or something. But
Really?
he was just like this Asian guy.
He had the vernacular and cadence.
Kind of, yeah.
Tone down.
Yeah, and so that was one guy that I remembered. There was a woman. All right, I'll just say. I think her name was Stella or Estella. And I'll say this: there was a lot of Dremel artwork going on.
What is Dremel?
A Dremel is like a little like sander. Like, you ever see people use them for crafts? Like,
with the circle, like
or like a little sander. You can make like wooden things, but there was a lot of carving of names into miscellaneous woods by this woman. I would always come in. She's working on a new piece, a lot of markers out, and then she's the lady that taught me how to mix Taka vodka, which is like the cheapest vodka, like bottom of the barrel vodka, with watermelon Arizona. It wasn't iced tea, but Arizona like watermelon drink.
Yeah.
As like a cocktail to drink that. So we drank that a lot. Who else? Maybe I won't say names. Maybe we'll keep whatever.
The archetype's going.
Yeah.
When was the last time you spoke or saw these people?
Oh my God, I'm 36 now. I want to say maybe 17, 18.
Okay.
Maybe later on in life. Maybe I was already 21.
And this is in the Frogtown area?
Yeah. And there was another woman there who the thing was that she like at one time looked like Angelina Jolie. Apparently she's doing really good now. She probably is like back to full health, but that shit ravages you, and the whole thing was oh my God, she's not gonna listen to this.
Did you know any fat meth people?
I did, yeah. I knew a couple, yeah.
Sorry, but go ahead. You said
she had one. She had a popped breast implant. I don't know if they took it out or something. So one
was like
a little
real big,
uneven. Yeah. But she was really nice. But just tough times.
and she couldn't afford to read.
Not at that point. Yeah, I guess she had like a pretty good career, and then I think it all fell apart. So at the time, I didn't really.
So let's just call this woman Headlight.
Yes, with one headlight. Remember that Wallflower song? So long ago, I don't remember when. That's when they say I lost my only friend. But so her, and then I knew a couple big tweakers, man. Them it would just like fuck with their skin a lot.
Of course.
What else? There was this guy. He would just so I was ignorant to a lot of it. I didn't realize how many of them were doing it. I thought they were just hanging out there, like smoking weed or whatever. And there was a guy who would tattoo there in the garage like all night. And I remember like going in at like 2, 3 a.m. to go smoke a blunt or something, and he's in there tattooing. And now I look back and I'm like, oh yeah, he was tweaking, like just tattooing all night.
Oh yeah.
But back then I was like, wow, this guy really loves his craft. Like,
he loves to hang out. He loves to create art.
He's smoking weed, tattooing all night.
Yeah.
Who else? God, there were so many. I mean, there were 2 people. They were a couple, and they would just like fight all the time. And what was the one? Oh man, I had one other character.
And how did you get involved with this group?
Just through like being a degenerate kid, like who was a high school dropout.
You needed spots.
I needed a spot to hang out and do what I wanted to do. Yeah.
It was kind of like your own Neverland, where like there's no parents around.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And you said this is when you dropped out of high school. This is when you were running around with this crew.
Kind of. Yeah, I wasn't really. I had my own sort of group, but I would be like, yo, like. Yeah, I just said yo. We could go smoke weed at this place and just hang out. And so we'd go just hang out there, man. I remember like doing mushrooms, hanging out there, doing just it was like sort of a lawless place to do whatever we wanted. And now I just look back, it just kind of fucked, a lot of dark energy around a lot of that stuff, but luckily I was ignorant to a lot of it. I mean, one of the guys one time watched me play drums, and or he wanted me to show him me playing drums because he had all these CDs. He's like, I'll let you come pick a bunch, I just want to see you play drums, whatever. And I played. He's like, "Oh, you're good." He's like, "Come down to this place. I got these CDs." I went down there and like, he had crates of like punk albums. Man, I got so many CDs from him as a kid, and it was pretty cool. But now I'm like, oh, they were all stolen or something, you know. So that Chris Rock joke of like the upside of crack is that you could get a VCR for $30 if you're at the right place. That, you know, is really true.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. How do we get there?
Do you remember? We were just talking about
Breaking
just
Bad.
Like, Breaking Bad.
That, yeah.
Do you remember when we shot that video Skate Dads with Pat Reagan years ago? And there were like some shady kids who stole my skateboard.
Yeah.
That was so weird.
Yeah, did we ever get it back?
No.
And I knew one of the guys, or I said what's up to him. I don't remember.
Yeah, it was bizarre.
Oh, that
But we were like
sucks.
sidetracked, like filming stuff.
Yeah, it was at the river. Yeah, a lot of that shit is gone now where I live. Like, now you'll go to the river and it's mostly just like white people and cyclists and people with their coffees.
Yeah.
That was like really towards the end of like the hard transition of when Frogtown was really just sort of like,
Right.
this is over.
Yeah.
And now there's a few knuckleheads running around, but for the most part it's like,
More artsy, more
yeah,
hipster.
it's really not the same way it used to be, which is good in a lot of ways. I feel bad for the people getting priced out and stuff, but, you know, I don't know. Sorry, excuse me.
Speaking of Pat, people will ask me, obviously, updates on Pat every once in a while. He's doing well. If you're curious, my boy Patty Reagan, he came over with his daughter to my place recently. We got to chill, and his daughter and my son were playing with each other. That was kind of crazy to see that.
God,
That's kind of a trip, man. But yeah, he put out a new album like a couple months ago that's on Spotify and all that stuff that you can check out if you're wanting to hear or see.
He's got
what
so
he's
many
working on.
albums out.
It's pretty impressive how
He's
much
very
music.
prolific.
Yeah.
Really talented songwriter. I suggest going and just checking them all out. I still think a lot of people haven't heard a lot of the Baby Boys stuff that we've done. So like, we're sitting there on like I think 3 full albums that I think are really great, and some of the best drum work I've done.
I'm thinking about. I ran it by Pat last time we hung out. I said, "Would you be down to do a music video for one of our Reagan and Watkins songs?"
Yeah.
Because the hard part's done.
Yeah, you were telling me. I'd be excited, man.
So we might do a music video for one of our older tracks, just because the content is there, and if we can just film it and make it look good, I think that'd be awesome.
Hell yeah. Yeah, it's always nice when you have a catalog to just pull from and just get creative. And music videos can be so fun to do because you don't have to run sound.
Yeah.
So you can just kind of like fuck around And all those songs were so concept-y that it really lends itself to the visual of it.
Yep.
If you haven't seen the Stepdad video, you got to check that out.
With
too.
Pauly Shore, baby.
Yeah, My Name is Jeremiah, another
yeah.
good one.
Dude, so somebody was I went on Instagram Live recently, and I said they said, hey, just started following you recently. Been loving your stuff. And I asked him, I was like, just curious, like, how you, like, if you're just now following me, like, how you came about. Was it a stand-up clip? Was it a podcast? And she goes, I found you through your clip with Pauly Shore.
Uh-huh.
And it's a clip of Pauly he's roasting me at first, but then he's being very nice and complimentary about me as a comic. And he's been eventually saying that like keep doing what I'm doing, that I'm going to make it and have like a mansion and all that stuff. It was very nice of him to say, but she literally saw that clip because it did well online, and she's like, oh yeah, as soon as I saw Pauly endorsing you like that, I started following you right away. I was like, wow, that's
dude.
cool.
The Weasel.
The Weasel, bro.
That's cool. My buddy Dan Ramos is opening for him right now. They're on like a little tour together.
Dude, shout out to Dan Ramos, bro.
Hey, bro, what's up, dude?
Hey, what's up, dudes? Dude, you're going to Phoenix? That's cool,
That's
bro.
cool. Huh?
Oh, you're a headliner now.
Bro, wow.
Dude, look at the mountains over there, bro.
Right? Huh? I fucking love Pauly, man. He's been real nice to me.
Yeah.
Over the years. That was a trip. I remember like a few years ago, you're like, can I give Pauly Shore your number?
Yeah.
And then he texted me, you play drums? And I was like, yeah. And then I ended up playing with him for a little while. And,
yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, now when I see him at the store, it's like, yeah, it's just awesome. What a trip, man.
Dude, have you seen the lineup that just dropped for the When We Were Young festival in Vegas?
Yeah. Which one is that? The one with like Korn and all that?
No. It's headlining. It's Blink
out.
182 and Green Day.
Wow.
And then, dude, the bands on this are insane.
Let's see. When We Were Young.
Sum 41, Less Than Jake. It's a crazy lineup. Yellow Card.
Damn, dude.
It's pretty wild, bro.
God tier era. Come on. When We Were Young Fest.
Pretty
here
crazy.
we go. Sick. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to see Green Day. I don't think I've ever seen them live.
I would love to see them.
The Offspring is fucking awesome live.
I've seen them live.
They're
one
incredible.
of the best concerts I've ever seen.
Me too, man. Yeah. I think, a lot of this shit's really good. There's some stuff I don't really love here, but also they're all good bands. I think I'm just real closed-minded. I think I go back to being a teenager and being like, fuck these guys. But, But they're all great. I mean, I missed out on a lot of good music because I was being a dumb, like, closed-minded fuck. But
what was the shift then? You're talking about that era of like hanging out with tweakers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What was the shift that where you're like, I gotta mix things up a bit? Because that's a very specific lifestyle.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think I can't remember what happened first. I think I ended up like fucking around a little bit with amphetamines for like a little while.
Oh yeah, here, pull the mic down just a little bit.
Oh, okay. And then I ended up like going to AA for a while to sort of like kind of kick that. It was more like kicking the group of friends I was with and like the lifestyle I was.
Almost like somebody allowing you to distance yourself because you're having an outside force tell you like this isn't healthy.
Yeah,
did that help?
Kind of. Yeah, it really helped. Sort of like because before that, I don't think I had any direction. Like I had I was just floating around life, and then I don't remember exactly what happened, man. I think I just started working. I got a job. I dropped out of high school. When I turned 18, I started working at Target.
Were your parents cool with you dropping out of high school, or what was the consensus?
I think they were bummed. I think I was already 17. I was pretty close to turning 18. I don't really know. I've never really talked to them. I think I maybe have like buried that because I think now when I look back, I feel bad because I probably put them at risk of like a lot of stuff back then. You know, being, I don't know, and yeah, I don't know what happened. I don't know. I'm trying to think of what the shift was. I think I started working at Target. I don't really know. I will say that having like a strong like, I think I have really good parents. I love them. They're very supportive
They're
of whatever
awesome,
I
dude.
do. I think that always kind of kept me from really diving into the bad stuff. So like, I kind of like was guilty by association a lot. I'm not blaming anybody else. It was my choice to do all that stuff. But I think having like good supportive parents, I think kind of kept me from falling completely overboard.
Mm-hmm.
I think I don't know. I don't know what it was. I don't know. Then I started stand up. I mean, when I started stand up, it was like I found community and I found like all of that. I don't really know. I think yeah, I don't know. I think I've always just had a drive for something better. I think I've had little dips where I didn't know what was going on, but this sounds super like self-absorbed or whatever, but I've always felt like I was meant to do something a little more than just the norm. I don't think that means like on some huge level or I think I'm better than anybody, or I just felt like I've always looked at the world and been like, that's not for me. I want to figure this out. And
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe watching people's lives fall apart from fucking up. That's a good question, man. I'm trying to think of when I stopped like fucking around. Because I always make the joke that I wasn't even like a human till I was like 25.
Isn't that crazy? Like how you'll look back at different parts of your life and feel like that's not even remotely you.
Yeah. And I don't know what I don't know what it was. I don't know what.
Maybe it was just a gradual progression.
I think
thing.
it was. I think it was.
It wasn't all
gradual
at once. It wasn't like maybe it wasn't a defining moment. It was just more like seeing things over time where you're like, I gotta stop hanging with these people and
there was
focusing
a
on
time
this a little bit more.
too where I was like helping my parents out a lot at home with like house payments, shit like that, and I was like felt responsible, and I was like, I can't fuck around, you know, like. I used to make jokes that like I stopped doing mushrooms when I started having like real responsibilities because I just couldn't afford to get a call that something happened and I'm like fucked up or whatever.
Yeah, you're tripping while something is going on.
Yeah, you know, my mom, she's had her and my dad have had their sort of like health issues over the years, and I was just like, I don't want to be that guy. I don't know. I think I've always had some sort of core center of like positivity and like knowing that wasn't the way. I mean, I've had some really good mentors in my life, and like I don't know. I'm sort of coming to the conclusion lately, and this might be wrong, people might think, but that this is also hard to say about myself, but I think I'm pretty likable, and I think that through that I've made friends who are really good people and or have been through some shit and know I've made a lot of friends in my life because I think I'm likable. And that's hard to say out loud, but I have to whatever. And through those friends, I think I've been shown certain pathways. I always would tell people that like I want to live my life in a way where if the shit hit the fan, I would at least have a couch to sleep on.
Yeah.
And the other one I say is that if I was being filmed, I wouldn't be embarrassed for my friends to see how I was acting in those moments.
That's a very good takeaway.
So I've been trying now later on in my life. I'm 36 now, trying to really turn that up and like live this thing, you know. And
yeah, we're like trying to almost like, you know, I'm always trying to hone in on the person that I want to be as every year that I get older, especially now that I have a son and another one on the way. It's kind of scary how quickly and how easily my son soaks up being around me and stuff like that, where I have to monitor certain behaviors a little bit more because he's literally looking at my wife and I as examples.
Yeah.
Like he'll mimic the way I eat sometimes because it's
Yeah.
so trippy, bro.
Dude, that's crazy. I mean, not to get all philosophical, but it's that if we're using religion as like a like moral
Compass
lesson,
or
whatever,
lesson
if you're
or
thinking
whatever.
about being created in the image of God or whatever, if you go back to thinking about your kids, if he's literally the son and you're the father, it's like he is in your image, and the things that you do, he will, and also leading by example and walking it instead of just telling him to do things. He's literally like watching you walk the walk, so you have to almost like walk that line to make sure that he becomes the best version of himself that he can be. It's
Yeah. I just thought of this, and this is don't mean this to come off sacrilegious or anything, but I'm just thinking of, like, you're talking about like God making man in his own image and stuff like that. Do you think that if you believe in God or whatever, that I'm just imagining, Adam figuring out like how to have sex with Eve. But then, like, maybe she wasn't in the mood one night, and he's just sitting there, and he's just like, "Wait, can I do this myself?"
Oh, like the invention of masturbation.
Yeah, the invention, like, and God's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa!
Yeah,
I wasn't meant for that."
Yeah,
and he's just like starts like pumping.
He's like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Or, I don't know. I am of the. I don't think there's anything about masturbation in the Bible. I think that's been like changed around a bit, but also I think that anything of anything is bad for you. I think that you gotta like, it can definitely be destructive if you're addictively jerking off. I would say that that back then it was fine because there wasn't a lot of porn to look at. Or
well, you would just have sex and babies back then.
Yeah, that's
no
it.
birth control.
Yeah.
I
don't know. I've seen some pretty sexy holes in trees, though.
Yo, that oak be looking thick.
Yeah, you never saw one of those, the holes. You see a bird crawl in, and you're like, oh, I could go in there.
That trunk.
Yeah, tree hugging fucking hippies, dude.
Mm-hmm.
That's a funny joke idea, like a premise idea of just being. One night Eve wasn't into it, and he's just like, but on the other hand is like, who was around to stop him? Sounds awful. I'm not advocating that at all. It's awful and deplorable. I'm just saying if they were the only two people on Earth.
Right.
Anyway, God, I feel bad. We might have to cut that out.
Oh, you're not saying that you endorse it, but
Not
that's
at all.
the reality. That's the reality.
Well, I just think I had another thing to say about that, and I don't know if I'm...
Go for it, dude. That's what these are for, man. Free thoughts. We're driving out in the middle of the desert, Breaking Bad style right now.
Right?
Rather than cooking meth, we're cooking up hopefully some laughs for y'all.
I
or
would
some
argue that
entertainment.
that's how most babies happened back then, too. I mean...
Oh,
there was not most, but there was a lot of babies that happened because...
There were a lot of babies made out of that culture of just like, no.
I mean, even nowadays, people are like, well, you're my wife. And it's like, well, that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. That's weird.
I can still tell you fucking psycho.
There's weird label. I mean, there's a lot of that, I'm sure, that goes on.
Yeah, this topic is above my pay grade. I'll let the
philosophers handle it.
Yeah, philosophers, women, people that are more educated in this sort of realm.
Well, perfect. Well,
I will say it's wrong though. I'll take a high horse stance and say, totally wrong.
Dude, you made me laugh so hard the last time when you brought up my parents' divorce, and there was people who online, like, they'd be like, why is this funny? I'm like, that's exactly why it's funny.
I've had people tag me in the clip and go, I love this because I've had a rough life. My parents divorced. This is the only way I could deal with it, is this dark humor.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, dude. That is one of my favorite. I watched that so many times because it had everything in it. It had me talking about my dead dog. R.I.P. I hate saying it like that.
Right.
But it was all this dark subject matter. And and just laughter. And to me, that is like that is what we're getting at with comedy. You know, I think when the art form is at its best, it is used in that context. Or when it's transcendent, it is because of those moments. You know.
Yep.
That's why I was talking about earlier about Marin's new special. I loved it. I think that to me is like the same thing. You know, it's very like dark, but I don't know. I think when the craft it's at its top level, it's when we're turning these sad things into funny.
Yeah, dude. Well, I think we're about to wrap up this ROADCAST
Hell yeah, that means fucking
episode.
tacos are close.
Yeah, we're getting closer to getting some lunchy poo.
Dude, this
in our
totally
systems.
looks like where they be cooking meth, man.
No, it does completely out in the dude, like beyond those mountains over there.
Yup,
Pinkman, Heisenberg,
that's right.
right
Crazy
beyond those
Eight.
hills. Crazy 8. Also, what's the other one's name? Combo.
I don't think I've got in there. What was the big dude that got crushed by the cars?
Oh, that was just another. That was one of their henchmen. Like
He has a name.
I don't know.
Anyway, wow, you know all the. Oh no, you knew Tuco.
Well, where can people, updates? Can we talk about that podcast?
Oh yeah. I don't know when
mentioned
it's
that?
gonna be out, but I'm starting a new podcast. Me and my door guy homies, Saul Trujillo and Hormoz Rashidi. It's called The Dogs of Browntown. We got one under the belt. We're just waiting to hear about when we can move forward. But I post about everything on my Instagram at Mostly Sorry, at
And
Mad Peaceful Band.
Also, if you're not following Joel on Instagram, he posts some amazing highlights from his stand-up, from his drumming, and also past Kill Tony moments that are really good, and some of them have gone super viral,
Oh,
bro. I
yeah.
was proud to see that, man.
I think
I was
I'm at,
like,
like,
let's go.
2 million or something with
Yeah.
that Ben Franklin one.
Oh,
It's kind of
dude.
crazy.
Dude, so good.
Yeah, she's great. She's a really nice woman.
Did she reach
Girl.
out?
Yeah, she commented like she's just super cool. She's
Yeah.
just like, yeah, I know when I've been gone or like whatever. And it's like,
Yeah.
And then I love it when in the comments people are like, hell yeah, she handled that so well. Like,
Yeah.
she's been so cool. And then, yeah, whatever. Anyway, yeah, I'm Mostly Sorry. Looking
And-
forward to this weekend. Back to you in the studio.
Yeah, dude. March 21st, my new special.
Oh, yeah, hell
Comes
yeah.
out. It's called Daddy. It's going to be on this channel, youtube.com/Jeremiah Watkins. Going to do like a premiere watch, trying to get the word out as much as possible. So let people know. Tune in. Watch it. If you can't make that night, watch it the day after or next.
Share it. Tell your friends.
Yeah, trying to get the word out. And then lots of stand-up on the spots in the works at youtube.com/@standupots. It's a dedicated channel to that show, and it's been going amazingly and having a lot of fun episodes with a lot of fun comics, and I'm sure Joel will get you back on that later in the year if you're down to do another
yeah,
episode
I'd love
of that.
to, man.
So
Always scary, always exhilarating, always fun. Excuse me for the yawn. Also, you know they say when you yawn, you can make other people yawn. So if this yawn made you yawn, leave it in the comments. I want to know if it works digitally.
yeah, if somebody hearing it in their earbuds or even on a computer
Yeah,
or whatever.
excuse me, if that yawn made you yawn.
Yeah, dude. I
let
mean,
us know.
how far down does the yawn rabbit hole actually go, dude? That's
don't
like
know.
what you have to think about.
Yeah, that's right. We'll figure it out here on Jeremiah Wonder's ROADCAST.
Love you guys. Until
Yeah.
next time. Joel and I just drank some Red Bulls. We finished watching They Call Me Magic, Apple Plus series. How you feeling? How you feeling, buddy? How you feeling, Joel?
I'm really burnt. I didn't sleep last night. Jeremiah got three hours ish.
Yeah.
I just kind of stared in the dark, and we left Arizona at 5.
We woke up at 4:30. Wheels out 4:50.
Yeah, I'm going on zero sleep. Hosting Bray Improv tonight. Can't wait to nap. We're almost there.
Yeah. How did that 30-minute set feel last night?
Oh, it was great. It was yeah, it was fun. It's only the second. I would say it's probably the first time I've done it, because the first time I did it didn't really count, I don't think. It was good. I can't wait to do it again. I want to review the tape, and I don't know. It's great, yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks for letting me do it.
Yeah, of course. All right, Joel, you just had your first sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit from Carl's Jr. Thoughts?
I mean, I this might be a crazy statement, but I think it's the best fast food biscuit I've ever had.
It's pretty solid.
Yeah, it was great. Go to Carl's Jr.
It's a hidden gem. If you have a Hardee's next to you, if you're more in the Midwest, there's biscuits and gravy there. I have fond memories of going there with my dad a bunch. Amazing biscuits. Check it out.
Hell yeah, I'm about to eat another one, and then some French toast sticks.
Well, we made it. How you feel?
Pretty good. Excited to go take a nap, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love you, brother.
I
Good
love you
times.
too, man. What a fun weekend.
Another good one in the books.
See you next time.
Until next time.